Hood felonies, where we discuss the felons and the felonies that they create in the hood. Now, the Justice Department got their own type of ways to, deliver justice. But here we delivering the justice for our hoods. People that deserve to be on this show, yeah, you deserve a hood felony. So now, episode 4 of Hood Felonies. Here we got a state trooper out of Tennessee and Bedford County, literally have 41 cases of him pulling people over, saying that they either drunk or got drugs in their system. When he got to number 41, that's when a big investigation got filed by this newscasters. They went and investigated and found out half this nigga cases was literally fabricated. Like nobody was drinking and nobody had drugs. Then the other half that even they did test for legally for alcohol, it was the legal limit and they had no drugs. So the investigator found out through the DA of Tennessee, say, hey, excuse me, but do you got paperwork on this dude? Like, it's a lot of complaints coming out of the county about this guy, this deputy you have. And they found out that when it came down to this nigga coming to court, when say he gave you a ticket for DUI, got your license took or whatever, you go to court, this nigga ain't there talking about he don't remember sending paperwork saying he don't remember the situation when it happened, he don't recall anything, or he just don't show up to court. This nigga deserves a hood felony. He terrorizing them motherfuckers down in Tennessee.
And our sobering problem investigation, we have uncovered that 41 DUIs have been dismissed in Bedford County, and every one of those arrests was made by a single trooper with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. It was on this rural street in Bedford County where Ron LaFlamme became number 41.
I was surprised when he started asking me to do a sobriety test.
Not the 41st person to be arrested by Trooper Asa Pearl for DUI, the 41st to have that DUI ultimately dismissed.
It was wrongful arrest and... Oh, don't get me going.
In fact, word was getting around Bedford County about Trooper Pearl's DUI dismissal rate.
I know that during the time that Ron's case was making its through the court, Ron's case was not the only one with this particular trooper where blood results were coming back negative.
But finding proof of all those dismissed DUIs wasn't easy. No mention of them in Pearl's personnel file. And so we filed an open records request with the Bedford County Clerk and found these. Dozens of DUI arrests dismissed, all made by Trooper Pearl between 2021 and 2024.
It tells me there was a systemic problem with what he was doing on the side of the road.
Then we obtained this, a spreadsheet put together at our request by the Bedford County DA's office, explaining why each DUI was possibly dismissed. Here's what it shows. In 8 of the cases, including Ron's, the drivers had neither drugs nor alcohol in their system. In 14 other cases, the driver's blood alcohol level was within legal limits and no drugs were found. And that adds up to 22 cases where Pearl arrested someone for DUI and they were sober.
I don't even take prescription drugs. I take 1 vitamin a day.
The other 19 DUIs dismissed are just as confounding. Look, several cases had to be dismissed because Pearl was no longer available for court or couldn't recall the events of the arrest. And we wanted to talk to Pearl about all of this. Why so many sober DUIs on the streets of Bedford County? Why was he not available for court or couldn't remember details? But Pearl never responded to our emails or calls. All his personnel file shows is that in 2024, he resigned from the THP.